Hello, my name is Rachel, and I have been watching BookTube for a while, a couple months, since like April. Yeah. So, I've been like debating starting BookTube for to start actually making videos for about half that time. And I finally decided to do it. Uh my first person that I ever watched on BookTube was Poland Bananas Books, Christine. Um, she's awesome. Love her. I love watching all of her videos. I just agree with like 98% of whatever she says because me and her we got same ideas, man. But I decided to start making videos now. So, I know this is a bit late, but I'm gonna do my July wrap up and August TBR. So here goes. I started out July reading Legend. This book actually got me out of my mourning period for Mara Dyer. I was in a severe mourning period for Mara Dyer. I couldn't pick up anything. I tried reading 2 different books and I was just like, nope, not good enough. Not good enough. Not Mara. This isn't Mara. This isn't Mara. But I read this and it's so good. It's so interesting. I love the 2 different perspectives. Dual perspectives are probably my favorite thing. I love reading from 2 different people's perspective because you see more than one perspective. You get to look at it from a different angle and see the other people's reaction and just how different people think. And I love it. And I love the different fonts and colors and I like it. But this is so good. So I immediately picked up Prodigy. And I finished that really quickly. Both of these I read just within a couple of days. They were really good. I have Champion ordered, pre-ordered. But I'm very concerned about Champion because of the ending. What? What? But you should definitely read these. The next book I read, I have some serious issues with. And that is The Selection by Kira Cass. This book it's well written. I have nothing problem with the writing. It's just everything that happened that made me upset. The whole story really it frustrates me to my very core. I have the Elite up on my bookshelf, up near the top, but I can't pick it up. This book made me so angry by the time that I finished it that I didn't want to read the next one. I didn't want to continue on. It just, so mad. Tell me if I should finish this, because is it worth the read of the next one? Is it good enough? Will it resolve? Because makes me so frustrated. I'm sorry if you love that book. Personally, not a favorite. The next book I read is one of my all-time favorites now, and that is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. And it is so good. So good. I tried to start reading this when I was in my mourning period for Mara Dyer. It was one of the 2 that I tried. And I got about halfway through, and then I was like, nope, can't do it, not interesting, I'm so bored, this isn't what Mara would do. But, after I read all of this stuff, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna go back to it, I'm gonna see how it is. So I picked up where I left off, and almost immediately I was like, what? It's so good. This is so much better than I remember. And by the end, I was just sobbing. Just endless sobbing. And it was, this book is so good. It's so gripping and so interesting that you just want to be like, nope, I need to finish this. I need to read it. I need to know what happens. I need to know how this goes. It's so good. Like, this is definitely something you need to read. Like, this is just so good. This is definitely, like, just amazing. I love it. I love it. And then I read Reboot by Amy Tintera. Isn't this a pretty cover? I like it. But, this is a really good book. I mean, it's fluffy. It's not really like an all-time favorite, but it's a good book. Like, it's something I enjoyed reading. And I'm looking forward to the sequel, so I recommend. Good book, yeah. Next book I read was Shatter Me by Tara Mafi. Very good book. Very interesting writing style. Very poetic. I really liked how she, like, it was really interesting how she, like, crossed things out. Can you see that? Yeah. And it was interesting how she, like, portrayed everyone, and how I liked reading from Juliet's perspective, but at the same time it was kind of frustrating. But I empathize with her so much. Like, Juliet is such an interesting character because someone like Juliet hasn't been done before. Like, she's completely new. And I really enjoyed reading from someone who was new. And then after that, I read The Spectacular Now by Tim Thorpe. This book. National Book Award finalist. Right there. I understand why it was only a finalist. This book, okay, so I really liked it. I think it reminds me of a classic. I could see this, like, becoming a classic. It reminds me a lot of The Great Gatsby. Don't really know why, but it gave me an essence of Gatsby. And so, the reason I have a problem with this book is because of the ending. I would give this book a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads if it wasn't for the ending. It's the main character. He's really interesting, and he's kind of a jerk a lot sometimes, and he makes really stupid decisions sometimes, and he's 100% an alcoholic, but he doesn't think so. But I don't know. It's a good book. I haven't met anyone else who's read it, so I can't, like, discuss it with them. But if you have read it, you should tell me so that we can discuss it, because I want someone else's opinion on this. And maybe it's just me, but to me, the ending was not satisfying. It was not correct, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, now for my August TBR. Well, since it's kind of already, like, a little over a week into August, I've already read, like, 2 books. I started Unravel Me in June, but I stopped, like, 100 pages to the end because I was just so stressed out by what was happening that I was just like, I have to set it down for a while. So I read The Spectacular Now, and then I started reading In the After, which I will talk about in a minute. And so that happened. I was just very distressed at what was happening. And so I put it down, and then I finally was like, I need to finish it. I need to get it done. I need to, like, get it out of my mind. And so I finished it. And then, yeah, so that's one of them. And then I read In the After. I really liked this book. I think it has a lot of potential as a series, and I can't wait for the sequel. But, one thing that really bothered me, one thing that I really liked, actually, was, Baby and Amy's relationship. I thought that they were adorable, and I really liked them together. Like, they were cute. Like sister relationship was adorable. Problem I had with this book, Amy and Rice's relationship. It wasn't insta love, it was insta friendship. And in the, like, post-apocalyptic world, like, of not trusting anybody that Amy lives in, it really frustrated me that she was so, like, willing to immediately trust Rice, when, to me, he seemed a little bit untrustworthy. Like, when I met him, I was like, maybe? I don't know. But, and then they were, like, instantly friends, and then they didn't have a lot of relationship building. They didn't spend a lot of time together, at least in her narration. And they didn't spend enough time for me to really, like, become attached to him and attached to their relationship. But then there's, like, romantic elements in it, like, later, and I don't really get it. And I would really like some more expansion on their relationship and how things are. I don't know. But I'm currently reading Angel Fall by Susan E., and it's really good so far. I'm 164 pages in, and it's really good. It's really interesting. And I want to see how it goes. I don't know. My friend Natalie recommended it to me. Now, here's for the actual, like, to be read section. Me and Natalie made this. And I'm going to read, Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. And Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. Thank you for watching. Bye!